So, Gegard, what's it like to be back in Japan? I know you fought here quite a few times before. Is it exciting, or does it feel more at home? What's it like?
Yeah, always good to be back in Japan. I love the culture, the people, everything about Japan. So it's always good to be back.
Yeah. How did you deal with the change of opponents? You're supposed to have Carnero, who's primarily a grappler, going to Hall, who comes from a karate background, all that.
It's not any problem. It's even a better matchup. Style-wise, it's gonna be style-wise it's even better because I can be more aggressive.
Yeah, and we saw you last time use your ground game quite a bit. Do you, against a guy who people mostly consider a striker, could you see it going that way as well in this one?
Well, I think I will be much more aggressive with this opponent and much more going forward. So I will go into brawls because it's gonna be a good fight. I'm just ready, and takedown if it comes, it comes. But I feel I'm better everywhere.
And yeah, what do you make of Hall though? Because he's kind of had his ups and downs in the UFC. All his losses though, close fights, split decisions. So like, do you see him as a guy who is on your level? I know he's not in the rankings, and you're number 6.
I haven't watched a lot of his fights, but he's a tough guy. But I feel like I'm much better than him, and but besides that, I'm in phenomenal shape. Feel good. Everything is good. I think no one can defeat me the way I feel now.
What is it? Why do you feel so good?
I trained smart. I had a good friend helping me, David. Confidence. I don't know. I feel phenomenal shape. I think the training went so good that I fight the heavyweights, train with heavyweights. So anyone in my division will be an easy fight now.
Yeah, and all your UFC fights have been either a main event or co-main event. What do you think that says about how the organization looks at you, what regard they hold you, and that you're always at the top of the card?
Well, it always depends on who I'm fighting. If I fight Machida in Brazil, of course it makes sense. So let's say I fight next Bisping in England, it's going to be main event, let's say. Stuff like that, so it depends on the opponent. But of course UFC pushing, they invest in me, so it feels good.
Yeah, and I mean, you're on a winning streak now. You'd alternated wins and losses starting in the organization. Do you feel like this is really the start of something? You seem in such good spirits, very confident. Do you feel like this is your time to make the run at the title?
Yeah, definitely. I think coming off injuries, losing to Jacare was I feel like one of the worst performances of myself. So it's I changed a lot, but also. I don't see myself losing again. That's the way I feel. I'm gonna win from now on, and you're gonna see it tomorrow or Saturday, Sunday here, Japan, Saturday in US. Yeah.
So, what was that Jacare fight kind of a turning point for you? Did it do something? Sometimes fighters talk about losses being the best thing that can happen to them. Was that the case in that fight?
Well, it wasn't the best thing that could happen to me, but. I feel like I underperformed a lot. I had also issues going on, but you have always things. But other than that, I feel very good making the title run.
And you mentioned Michael Bisping's name, England. There's a card coming up in February there. Is that what you could see maybe being next if you win this fight? And he obviously has an important fight coming up as well in November.
Yeah, that would make sense, the fight. He's English, so fighting in England would be nice. But everyone wants to fight Bisping, so I don't know. Maybe Fito Belfort would be nice too.
Yeah. And what do you make of the title fight coming up in December, Weidman and Rockhold? A lot of people see it as being very competitive. Who do you think wins that?
It's very close, very close. I think Chris Weidman, not having lost, you should go with Chris Weidman, but other than that, it's very close.